What's going on YouTube? The Phantom PSVR here, and we are exactly 7. That's right, the lucky number 7 days away from PlayStation VR2's launch. In this video, I'm going to be talking about um, Fire Sprite and Gorilla's 5 ways Horizon Call the Mountain adapts the world of Horizon to PSVR2. It's a PlayStation blog post because that's where they post all their PSVR2 stuff for some reason. But shoot, it's better than not posting it nowhere. So this initially came out today, February 15th, and on to the article. Gorilla and Fire Sprite talk redesigning machine combat, haptic feedback, and welcoming a new composer to the Horizon soundscape. Heidi Kemp's she/her, she/her, I don't know what that means, or just a woman, I guess. PlayStation blog correspondent. PlayStation's VR2's launch is fast approaching, and it'll be bringing a whole new wave of stunning, wholly immersive experiences to the PlayStation ecosystem. Among the most anticipated launch window titles is Call of the Mountain, Horizon Call of the Mountain, an all-new adventure set in the world of Horizon. As you become Reyes, a disgraced soldier seeking a path to redemption, you'll experience the beautiful landscapes and fearsome machines of Horizon like never before. Guerrilla and co-developer Firesprite have specifically crafted this PlayStation VR2 exclusive adventure to showcase PlayStation VR2's features. We talked with several members of the development team at Gorilla and Firesprite to learn about the process and challenges of creating Call of the Mountain's vast VR world, as well as what players can expect from this spectacular launch title. Mind you, I will be getting this. I have the Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle, which is coming hopefully on Wednesday. But this is going to be the first game I jump into. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, those who are new, because I'm definitely going to be streaming this. I'm going to stream this as long as possible, as well as a whole bunch of other games. I have about 20 games I'm going to be playing on launch day, or at least try to fit all those in. So make sure y'all subscribe and come along for me, or come along with me for the ride, because it's going to be a crazy one. All the new games and stuff that's going to be coming out. Haptic feedback and headset feedback immerses you in the world. So there is haptic feedback and headset feedback. I know a lot of people at CES and Tokyo Game Show will say how they were playing. They didn't feel any haptics. I know Bo from IGN, who played this, said he didn't feel any haptics when he played. But of course, they're going to be haptics. And something new that I didn't know, there will be headset feedback, which is also the head haptics in this game. So that's confirmed. But Alex Barnes, associate game director at Firesprite, was chomping at the bit to integrate PSVR2 features into the game in a big way. The PSVR2 sense controls and headset haptic feedback have been integral for us in building a world that feels alive around you in PSVR2. He says, from feeling the weight of an enormous thunderjaw slam down beside you to the building tension as you pull back a bowstring to unleash an arrow, the state-of-the-art haptics allows us to show what it feels like to be fully immersed in the world of Horizon. This is a whole new medium to give feedback to the player in VR that feels incredibly rewarding. Seeing players and their reactions to all the big and small events is particularly satisfying to Barnes. It's always special seeing people react to moments like the sensation of Stormbird's wings beating as it flies by, he adds. Redesigning machines for a new POV, which is point of view. Since you see the action from the eyes of Reyes, the developers had to make some adjustments to Horizon's famous mechanical terrors. The team wanted to ensure that the impressive machines were elevated to new heights in Horizon Call the Mountain, notes Richard Oyot, if I said that right, studio animation director at Gorilla. When seeing them up close, they feel even more imposing and realistic thanks to the added sense of scale. This level of immersion, achieved by the virtual reality space, brings each machine to life in a way players haven't experienced before. Because of the first-person all-surrounding point of view, the models and animations for several machines had to be readjusted. Gould explains, the VR headset allows for a more detailed and interactive experience and for players to see the machines from new angles. A lot of work went into redesigning the combat and animations to allow for this. And even more attention has been put into readability during combat to make sure or readability during combat to make sure the attacks and behavior of machines are clear from a new perspective. Players can now use their physical movements to strafe around, aim, and shoot, adding an extra level of realism and action to the battles. Also, another thing they had made in the game, after you kill the Watcher and scrap for his medals and all that, you can actually physically take the Watcher's eye out. That's sweet. Actually, instead of holding square or holding triangle, I think a square in Horizon Forbidden West and Horizon Zero Dawn. I have both of them on platinum. Horizon Forbidden. Oh no, I haven't platinum for Forbidden West yet, but I did platinum Zero Dawn. And in Forbidden West, I think both of them you can hold the square button to take the medals from them to add to your pouch to sell or whatever. This you can physically pull his eye out, which is crazy. What it's like working with a new composer to create a new soundscape. As Gorilla's audio director, Bastian Sealback, I'm butchering these people's name, describes making new audio that fits the mood and style of the Horizon series for a VR game like Call of the Mountain was another challenge. We wanted our approach to Horizon Call of the Mountain soundtrack to connect closely to the style we established for Aloy's adventures in Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West. I really love Horizon Zero Dawn soundtrack, especially when you pull up the map, that sort of hum that you get from the woman when you're looking at the map of Horizon Zero Dawn. I love that. That's one of my favorite little soundtracks in that game. So hopefully they kill it with this. The team sought out the expertise of composer Alistair Curley. All goal was for players familiar with the franchise to feel at home instantly. Curley quickly convinced us with his take on our themes that beautifully found that balance between Aloy's journey and what we were doing with Call of the Mountain. Rhea's theme immediately fits into the Horizon world while having its own fresh, recognizable, distinct sound. We couldn't be happier with the results, and we're looking forward to our players experiencing the world of Horizon through the musical lens of Reyes. Adapting the world of Horizon to VR. The Horizon series is known for its beautiful landscapes and engaging gameplay, but is also known as a tightly mined third-person flat-screen experience. Why bring the series out of its comfort zone, so to speak? Horizon Call of the Mountain is a unique new Horizon adventure that the team has built from the ground up for PlayStation next-gen VR hardware, says John Bart Van Beek, studio director and studio art director at Gorilla. VR tends to be an intense gaming experience, and it has been great to leverage the new PSVR2's hardware as it offers players an authentic experience where they're immersed in the game world on a whole other level. That's why it's important for me to finish Forbidden West before I jump into this, because Platinum Zero Dawn, I'm working to Platinum and beat Forbidden West. I bought the collector's edition of Forbidden West and wanted to get through it, but VR has my heart, so it's been kind of hard to jump back in when I want to play VR, but I need to get back to Forbidden West and play that and platinum that. So when I get onto this, I don't have to look back, because I know once I play this, I'm not going to want to go back to Forbidden West or Zero Dawn at all, because it's on a whole nother level. The development team saw creating a new type of Horizon gameplay experience that stayed true to a series as an exciting prospect. With Horizon Call of the Mountain, we challenged ourselves to make a game that would be a fantastic gaming experience, not just for veterans of VR, but for newcomers as well. Van Beek points out, we're looking forward to players stepping into a world that feels alive and immersive and allows them to enjoy a deep level of interaction with the world through their own hands. Design Reyes' bow. The weapon Reyes would be using most frequently is his trusty bow, with the player seeing the weapon frequently from a first-person perspective. Nailing the design and functionality of the weapon was tantamount, as Fire Sprite's associate art director Rob Sutton explains. When designing Reyes' bow, we took inspiration from Horizon Zero Dawn's Shadow Sharpshot bow due to Reyes' connection to the Shadow Karja. As time has passed, Reyes has made his own upgrades and customizations, partly to make a more effective weapon, but also to distance himself from his Shadow Karja past. The designers knew that the bow would be one of the most common sights during the game and wanted to feel like a character. As a player would never see Reyes' face, we started to think of the bow as a representation of him. We knew it had to feel awesome and realistic in VR. All the mechanisms, oh my gosh, I cannot talk. All the mechanisms and joints needed to function correctly as you would be able to see them up close. Sudden ensured no details were spared. For example, when the bow is fully drawn, small carbon fiber feathers, what, at the top, what? Wow. For example, when the bow is fully drawn, small carbon fiber feathers at the top open out. That's basically an indicator. I always thought of these as some kind of threat display you might see in birds. As you can tell, Call the Mountain was designed as a special experience for series fans and newcomers, one that the developers poured much thought, love, and effort into. Come February 22nd, you'll be able to experience the amazing technology powering PSVR2 and take Reyes' Destiny directly into your hands with the most immersive Horizon game yet. I am ready, man. Like I said before, I pre-ordered my PSVR2. Day one, it was being able to pre-order, which was November 2nd, I think. November 2nd or 1st. It was one of those days. But I just know this was the game that I wanted. This is going to be the game that I play first. And this is going to be the game that takes my heart for PlayStation VR2. Whenever I think about PlayStation VR2, I'm going to think about Horizon Call of the Mountain. Why? It's made by Gorilla and Firesprite. It's a PlayStation exclusive. It's a PlayStation VR2 virtual reality exclusive. And it's basically built from the ground up for PlayStation VR2. It's made for the system. It is the PlayStation VR2. All the freaking features that PSVR2 has is going to take advantage of it in this game. And this is why this is going to be the first game that I play. Because this jank, I was about to curse. This game is going to knock my damn socks off. I'm still going to curse anyway. But this is going to be the game that everybody is talking about. Definitely top one of all time. Definitely game of the year for PSVR2 this year. Definitely going to be in the top three, I would say. That's how confident I am into this game. But what are y'all looking forward to? Are you looking forward to this game? Looking forward to something else? I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be the game that I play day one. This is the game that's bundled with my headset. And this game is love at first sight. Especially if you're fans of all the other Horizon games, this is definitely going to be the one y'all need to play. All the true Horizon fans, y'all need to play this. You're playing as a third-person character, Aloy. That's my girl. Shout out to her. But you're playing first-person VR as Reyes. And you're doing everything. You are doing everything. Physically. So this is it, man. I'm excited. I'm ready. Like I said, this will be streamed day one on my PlayStation VR2. This will be the first game that I stream on my PlayStation VR2. Take advantage of the camera settings using the HD camera. On the PlayStation 5, man, I'm ready. I ain't got much more to say, except for like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is Defender PSVR signing off, and we are out. Let's do this. 7 days.